Welcome back to another cheat tutorial here. This one's going to involve showing you how to do the vehicle selection hack, but with a twist here, using a script instead of just finding the address over and over and over again. So this will be a one and done, and the only thing you have to do from there is post the vehicle ID into the script, and no matter what vehicle you choose, that's whatever vehicle you pick, that's the way it's going to stay. So let's get to it here. Again, I got blank cheat engine set up. First thing we want to do is assign the process to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. So we'll double click. Now, you may not know this, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the vehicle ID for the Vantage there is 383069. When I first started figuring them out, I figured out the one for the Murcielago in the exotic class is 97331. And then from there, I figured the rest of them out and compiled my list of race cars and cop cars from that. But I'm going to show you how to do this yourself, because I'm not going to post that list again. It won't fit into the description box, and it'll be good exercise for you. So let's type in our Vantage here, 383069. You got to pick a car first. Then for scan, we're looking for something that starts with a 7, ends in an A674, which is right here. You'll double click that once you find it. You can change the description to vehicle selection. And there we go. If we change the car we pick, this value right here will change. So let's go ahead and pick the DBS. And as you can see, the DBS value is 380982, and it'll be a different one for the other one. But this is how I figured out all the car IDs. So I went into free drive for the race event, done all the race cars, and then went into a cop event in free drive and done all the cop cars, and that's what you're going to have to do to get all these ID numbers like this right here. So if I pick again, see how that number changes? Those are the race ID numbers, or the car ID numbers, and that determines what car you get to use in the game. Let's pick new scan. Let's delete that. Okay, now that we got that, I'm going to show you how to script this. So first we got to figure out what writes to this, and the only way to do that is hit F6, or you can right click the address right here and bring it up and pick it that way. Personally, I like hitting F6 because you don't get that little click yes box. So if I click F6, I guess you do. Okay, well, whatever. Let me move this over here. For an address to show up in here, we actually have to pick another car. Doesn't matter which one. Let's pick the Vantage. Okay, now it should have an address in that box. Yep. This is what's right into that address. And if you don't believe me, you can come down here and figure it out yourself. So EBX, this value, whatever's in that register, and this is an R register, so it's not really EBX, it's RBX. This value right here is getting stuffed into this memory address right here. And we know it's a memory address because it's got square brackets around it. So let me show you. I'll copy this, plug it into my hex calculator thing here, and we'll convert this to a decimal, and that converts to 383069. That's the Vantage, and that's the car we got picked. Okay, now how do you know it's stuffing it in? What address it's stuffing it into? You come down to RSI. Well, there's part of it. So we'll copy, go back to our hex, paste, and then we got to look at that code a little bit more. See, we got RSI plus RBP. RBP 0, so don't factor in, times 4. So the only thing we're really left with here is an offset of 1D34. So we'll copy that. Go back to our calculator, put that in, and as you can see, that is our 725EA674. And notice that this right here will always be the same, never changes. Even when you restart the game and look for it again, it will always end in these four digits, and the first one will just start with 7. So let's bring it up here. As you can see, this matches that. So the vehicle ID number, which was this down here, gets stuffed into this address. So we know this is exactly what we're looking for. You're probably going, if you haven't done this before, you're probably going, okay, what now? So you click Show in Disassembler, and that is this piece of code right here. They match. See? Now all you have to do is go up to Tools, Auto Assemble. You can hit Control A. I like shortcuts. It's faster. Now, we can close all this stuff out. We're done. Go ahead and leave that up. There we go. Now, next thing you're going to do is hit Template, select Cheat Table Framework Code, and then you're going to come up here again and click Code Inject, and then click OK, and we're done. Now, we're going to write the script. First thing you want to do is come in here where it says Original Code, and put 2 forward slashes right there. That'll comment that out. Next thing you want to do is copy it. Control C, hit return twice, go to line 11, hit paste. Now what is exactly we're wanting to do? Well, since we know that the vehicle ID number is an EBX, we want manual control of EBX. We don't want when we enable this, we want manual control over it. So the simplest way to do it is for us to put the value in. So what we're going to do, there's 2 different ways to do this. Since we're entering integers, that's an integer, that's not hex. So we need to tell it to convert whatever we type in here to convert from integer to hex. If we just type that number in, it's going to take it as hex, and we'll get some weird shit going on. Probably crash the game. So there's 2 ways to do this. There's a pound sign, we'll do it, or INT, like that right there. Me personally, I like the pound sign because it's just shorter and simpler. So we're going to type that in. We're going to pick the Murcielago ID, which is 97331. And then out from this, I'm going to put a comment, vehicle IDs go here. And we're done. Now, you can inject this already, or you can come up here to File. That's what we really want to do. Assign to current cheat table. Click it, and you can close this out. Alright, now I can relabel this as vehicle. Select. Now, when I pick a new vehicle according to this script, if I enable this script, which I'm going to do, every time the script will inject this vehicle ID number in for EBX into this address, which means whatever vehicle ID number I put in here, no matter what car I pick, it's going to stay the same. So I'll show you that here. So we can go back to cheat code. So we'll back out. Remember, this only gets written to when you pick a car. I haven't picked a car since I changed it, so it will change right now. See that? 97331. If I back out, pick the Vantage again. 93, it's C Murcielago every time. Doesn't matter what car I pick. Now, if I undo the script and toggle it off and repick the Vantage, we should have 383096. So that's correct. I pick the DPS. It's correct ID, but if we toggle this on and I pick car. So let's pick this one. And we're back to the Murcielago. Now let's go ahead and start. So no matter what car I choose in the game now, it will give me the race car version of the Murcielago until I change that vehicle ID number or turn the script off. As you can see here, we got a car that we're not really supposed to have in this event. Right? Cool, right? The really cool part is you can delete that once you figure out all the vehicle ID numbers and you compile your little notepad list of them. Remember, there's race car versions and cop car versions. Once you go through and get all those sorted out, that'd be good homework for you. You can delete that, leave this one, save it, and you'll never ever have to look for that address right here again because the script is taking care of this. So that is really, really super easy. So have fun with it, and I'll show you the scripted version of the where I removed the barrier in the last video. I'll show you how to script that, and that's even more efficient than what I showed you because once I turn it off with the script, it stays off, and when I turn it on, it stays on. So I mean, it's really, really efficient. I don't have to slow down. It doesn't toggle back up on me or nothing. So once it's off, it's off. When it's on, and I got full control over that barrier now with just using the script. So that'll be in the next video. So have fun with this, and hopefully you learn something.